know a lot of people really don't want to talk about themselves, and that's absolutely fine. You can find stories from wherever you want. You can tell other people's stories. You can tell stories from history. You can tell stories about what's going on in the papers today. It's using stories in order to make your point. You know, it's always thinking, what am I trying to achieve here? You're trying to make the case for change, for instance. If you're trying to make the case for change, which is something business leaders always have to do, fine, you can tell a personal story about a time that you experienced change, but equally you can talk about a time a friend experienced change, or you can talk about a time in history where there was a dramatic change that took place, or you can just look at the news website for that day and think, which of these stories demonstrates the importance of change? So you can really find stories from wherever you want to, and it's having that kind of mind where you're like a fisherman or a fisherwoman. You know, you're looking for them, and you're then like, that's the story, I can have that. Yeah, my story, our story, what next? For me, that is such a brilliant off-the-shelf speech structure that anyone can use whenever they're trying to really create emotional connection with people and get them moving in a particular way. And so it can be a great one for a new CEO taking over a business, or a TED Talk, or a campaign kind of speech. And it just works so well because you start with the my story, where people will then connect with you as a person. Then you move on to the our story, where you connect to the collective and draw on events from history. And then finally you get to the what next. And this is a structure that has laid behind some of the greatest speeches of our times, really. So Barack Obama's famous first speech in Iowa 2004, the one that launched him to global fame, that was very much a my story, our story, what next kind of speech. But equally, we have a new Prime Minister here in the UK, Rishi Sunak, and when he started his campaign to become leader of the Conservative Party, he did a little 2-minute video on social media that had like literally 10 million views within 24 hours. And it was a my story, our story, what next? It's a very simple structure that you can just stick it in your pocket, use it whenever you like. I sometimes use it if someone asks me to speak on a subject that I've not prepared for, and I just have to come up with something, and I'm kind of like, my story, what brought me to this room today? Then, you know, our story, what brings us all here? And then where are we going? And you can blag a speech really easily. It's a great little hack